Good afternoon. It's July 15th. It's 12:30 on day 62 of the PCT. I'm getting out a little later than I expected, but this was a really nice place to stay. They had a whole building for PCT hikers that was just built in the past year with everything, brand new appliances, tons of seating, Wi-Fi, laundry, shower. So I got all freshened up. I actually didn't fall asleep right when I got here, which is not what I was expecting. I was expecting to barely be able to make it to an outlet to plug in my battery bank before going to sleep. But there were a couple other hikers around in the PCT building, so I was up for a good 2 hours after I got here, hanging out with people, eating and stuff. It was kind of funny. Once the question was raised, like, oh, where did you start today? And everyone found out what I had done. The reaction was kind of priceless. Like, everyone wanted to take my picture, and someone posted me on like their Instagram, and yeah, it was kind of surreal. But yeah, so last night was great. There's free breakfast this morning. They had vegan waffles with like this strawberry, awesome like strawberry, it wasn't a syrup, they were actual strawberries that were like made into a syrup. And yeah, some peaches as well. Good breakfast. And I've just been hanging out this morning. I did my laundry finally this morning, and I had to wait on that, and I downloaded a new audiobook. Picked up Born to Run, which is about ultra running, and I think a lot of it is about the tribe in Mexico that has a very running heavy lifestyle. So I picked that up. Probably be interesting to listen to. I'm just leaving camp now at like 12:30. So I probably won't hit the 30 miles that I had hoped for, but who cares? It doesn't matter. I will get there when I get there. Oh, and about my body after a hike like that, I'm actually feeling pretty good. There's a callus that I've had for most of the hike on the outside of my left heel, and I think the lava rock pushed on that in some weird directions at the end of the day, so I can feel that a little bit. There's no blister or anything, it's just I can notice it while I'm walking, so nothing that bad. And aside from that, my feet feel good. They're not really sore. My legs feel okay. It's hard to tell really, since I just started walking. Definitely had the hobble when I first got up this morning, but feels pretty normal right now. Actually, my biggest problem right now is that I broke my rule and drank some coffee right before going hiking. I got super hungry in that hiker center, and there's a hiker box, so I had 3 tortillas with peanut butter and jelly on it, and that didn't fill me up. So now I'm just plowing through my snacks. But that's okay, I've got a ton of extra food, I think. But still feeling super hungry. I found a class bandana on the trail. It's got a map on there of the trail. It says hiker to trail on one side, hiker to town on the other side. I guess it's meant for hitching, but the lettering's probably too small to be any use. But they give these out in Casa de Luna, all the way back at mile like 450, and I never stopped in, so I didn't get one. But I picked this one up. I'm gonna have to ask around, like with the hat, to see if someone dropped it. Chances are I'll probably find the person who dropped it and give it back, but if not, I got a bandana. These are actually some of the most ominous looking clouds that I've seen yet on the trail. It might actually be raining over by Mackenzie Pass where all that lava rock is. It looks like there might be some precipitation over there. Wonder if we'll stay dry. Yeah, that's definitely a storm cloud. I just heard some thunder not long ago. On the one hand, it's really hot and it might feel nice to get rained on. On the other hand, lightning is what starts a lot of these wildfires, and we've been in some really dry areas. This place was, well, I mean, you can tell we're in a burn area right now. This one looks like it's been a couple years since it burned, but there were fires all over this area last year. Yeah, hopefully nothing starts up with this storm. So it looks like that storm didn't turn into much. It rumbled for a little bit, then kind of dissipated. There's still a bunch of clouds on the horizon, but none of them look like they're producing precipitation or lightning or anything right now. So looks like we might be in the clear. Probably still going to cowboy camp tonight. My plan has always been, if it rains and I'm in a cowboy camping spot, a lot of times they're not actually suitable to pitch my tarp in too. So my plan is to just wrap my tarp around my bivvy and just sleep through it. Because the odds of that happening are obviously pretty low. Hasn't happened yet, and it's been, what, 60-something days now, so I'll take the risk again tonight. The campsite that I have in mind now probably won't have me get into camp until 9:30, which is going to be a little bit past dark, but I would like to get there tonight. But suddenly, hiking a little bit past dark doesn't seem as bad compared to hiking all the way past dark and into the daylight again. So I'm not too worried about it. I should still get to camp by like 9:30. The bigger thing is the loss of sleeping time, but it's only like 15 minutes later than I normally get to camp, so shouldn't be a big deal. I can definitely feel the wear in my shoes though. Hold on, we got a water source. Gotta get some. This is the last one for 8 miles, I think. Yeah, but my shoes have really started to become kind of a pain to wear. They have collected a fine grit in the soles, the insole, and it's not easy to get it out. It's not a matter of just taking my shoes off and dumping them out. I've got to like rub my hand all over the insole to try and get some of it out, and even then I can't get it all. So it's like a constant grating on the bottom of my feet. But that's just kind of the nature of the trail that we've been on. There's been a lot of dirt, burn areas, so there's been really fine, dusty soil that we've been walking through. But my new pair comes in Timberline Lodge. I had to get them sent there. Because of the expedited shipping, it wouldn't get to Big Lake Youth Camp fast enough, so I'll have them in a few days. It's a pretty view over there. Let me show you. I'm at camp now. I made it here about 9:30 like I thought. Still light enough to be able to find the best campsite in the area, but it's pretty exposed. I'm at the high point of a ridge. It looks like we walked the ridge for a little bit. There are some trees that I was able to get next to, but I'm not really like in the woods like I like to be when I'm on a ridge like this. So hopefully those storms don't develop any more than they did this afternoon, because out of all the campsites that I've been in on this whole trip so far, this is probably the last spot that I would want to be in a storm in. I would probably just have to break camp and go somewhere else. But the sky looks pretty good before it got dark. There were still a bunch of clouds around, but nothing looked like it was going to develop. I wish I had signal though, so I could check the weather. But I'm here now, so I'm going to sleep and hopefully not be woken up by rain.